when you fill your heart with His love first, when you fill your life with His love first, no other love will attract you. No other love will attract you. Yes, it likes, it feels, okay, this looks good. But you won't attach to that. Because there is no need for you to. Because you're already filled with His love. It's already filled with His love. When every area of your life, when you're filling with Him, when the source of your love, your character, your attitude, everything, when you fill first from Him, and every other thing in the natural won't satisfy you. Because it all attracting your soul. Your spirit is already catched from the heavenly words. So now when the soul attracted to this body, my spirit has the authority to control my soul. Most of the time what happens, before I feed my spirit, my soul will be feeded. And when my soul feeded, there is no spiritual authority to take control. Then immediately my body reacts. So when my spirit is filled, the soul and body is completely control over my spirit. And that time we remember the voice of God. We remember the instruction. We have the fear of God, where there is a protection. So that love He is asking for. That love He is asking for. Because as we're talking about the tests and trials, we know we are very used to this scripture. We all know about God tested Abraham. God tested Abraham. But before He tested, what He did, I just want to look on Genesis chapter 12. Before that test came, we all know that scripture, that entire story, how Abraham was, what happened with Isaac, and everything. We'll try to look around something over that. I had a question on that. How Abraham got ready to sacrifice Isaac? From where he get this heart for God? How obedient he is? How? Kaisa? How is it possible? How is it possible? Because his priority was God always. Every time the voice of God comes, his priority was always God. He never ever looked around for any other secondary options. He never ever went out of the voice of God. He stood firm during his test. He always obeyed God's voice immediately as it comes to you. If you look Genesis chapter 12, verse 7. Then the Lord appeared to Abraham and said, "To your offspring I will give this land." To your offspring I will give this land. The promise was spoken. What he did after the promise was spoken. So he built there an altar of the Lord, what had appeared to him. For there he moved to the hill country on the east of Bethel and pitched his tent. So, what was his attitude? How he reacted to the voice of God? By building an altar. What was his response to the voice of God? By building an altar. Not the tent was secondary. The altar was first. So building an altar is not our convenient. We won't build on our leftover. He put his wealth first on the altar. He put his dependency first on altar. Because right before that, if you read that verse, he came out of his own place. He came out of his family. His only dependent, the only source, he first invested on that altar. His priority was God always. He built that altar with his own wealth, which he carried all the way from his house. So building an altar is not our convenient. An altar, when we talk about altar, it's not only about always the monetary. It is the outcome of the response we give to God. See, sometimes it's very easy. Sometimes, not every time. Sometimes it's very easy to build an altar in a money by a monetary way. Sometimes it's very easy. But what is the revelation behind that? What is your response to build that altar? See, God is demanding your faithfulness, brother. You coming and sowing seed back to back. You put your faithfulness on that altar. You put your faithfulness, your diligence on that altar. And by outcome of that, by reacting to this natural world, you sow your seed. But most of them it waits either way. We sow and then we plan why we build that altar for. We keep on building altar and we forgot for what was the reason I built it. You write it and keep. Every time you build an altar, God, this is the reason I built, this is the revelation behind it, my notice board. Tada. See, it is the easiest way we learned. That we have seen, we have tried to learn this principle by building an altar and seeing things happening. It is not just by doing that action. It is behind the revelation you carry behind it. We keep on building altar, we keep on sowing the seed. When that fruit comes, no, you didn't even recognize. Hey, this was the seed which you have sown 2 years back. Now God is bringing you the fruit. You don't even know what fruit is it. Why this person suddenly talking good to me? How did I get this job? 2 years back I was prayed for something. At least in the next 3 years I should be earning so and so of amount. And suddenly the second year I got this amount. And we forgot from where it came and we were like, God, thank you. Yeah, thank you for him. But it's the response of the altar you build. It's the response of the altar you build. Every time the voice of God comes to you, the promise comes to you, you build an altar with your wealth, not with the leftover. The first priority is you build an altar. Immediately, as the money come to our account, it's got created something. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 debits will be happening. All the bills and everything, all the EMIs, all my mutual funds will be debiting. You set your EMI in such a way that before that got debited, no, my offering and my altar will be built. No, I set a date. And what day my EMI, my bills has to be paid. You don't tell me. When my salary comes, the first thing I want to do is I sow a seed in my kingdom. That I build an altar. Because it is not, the money is coming, it is not to pay my bills to take, he will take care of. God is taking care of. He will take care of our family. When we seek our kingdom, things will add up to you. That is the word we have. That is what God's promised to us. You decide what you do first. Your priorities. The Abraham, he made sure that when the promise come to him, when God appeared to him, we can't even imagine that God appeared to him and spoke to him. That he says, to your offspring, I will give this land. And as a response, he built that altar. Priority, church. Priority. Who you give to first priority? Whom you love? Who give you the first priority? Whom you love, whom you take care of, whom you concerned of. That's what on the James we read. Promise to whom it comes to the whom loves him. The one who loves him. So that love, that level of love. We might have reached certain level in our understanding. We have reached certain standards of a priority, the way we love him, the way we serve him, the way we do things. But it's time to go ahead. It's time to go to next level, church. You can't be on that same place. It is a time that we are going to a next level. As a church, we are stepping into that next level. As we build that altar, as we give that first priority to God, as Abraham responded, we will, as a church, will arise to that next level. In the things we do, in our businesses, in our workplaces, in the way we do houses, the way we run family, in everything, we will reaching to the next level. We are no longer on the same place. We are no longer at the same place.
Hey, I hope you were blessed. Do share some love by leaving a comment and liking the video. And don't forget to subscribe to share this video with your beloved. God bless.